Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to measure pullbacks as well as how to use this toward your advantage and know how long of a price action you can expect to happen, whether you're going in for a buy or a sell, so on and so forth. So we're going to hop onto the charts now and take a look at what I actually mean, as well as these little tips that might help you or might not, just because you might get too confused with it and think that this is going to be the end all be all, which is not. This is just a little tool you could add to your arsenal to actually be more precise with your exit strategies. So let me remove all the drawings here. I'm on GJ right now and I'm on the 4 hour. Now you don't have to do it on the 4 hour. It's applicable to on the 1 hour as well. But the main reason that I do this little pullback measurement thing is just for the fact that I want to know if I'm being too far-fetched with what my TP could be, as well as when to know when price has reached an exhaustion point, not only through price action, but as well as through the length of the move that already happened. So what I'm going to do is I grab this little rectangular box. It's right here on your tools. And what I'll do, for example, I haven't done this lately, or right now, just to show you guys, one thing I'll do is I'll go from the most recent price action move, which was this sell-off, or you can even call this sell-off right here. So let's go off of this sell-off, right? We're gonna go from the wick all the way to the end of the price action here. Now, pretend like this price action hasn't happened yet. You could literally use this, right? Let's say if you're going in for a buy, you could have initiated your little rectangular box right here and see where price action could end up as. Now, if you take a look at this, you're gonna see that this is true all around the board, right? This rectangular box size lines up with this. Now you can even see, even on this larger move, if you move this down, stretch it all the way down, you're gonna see that this large move right here is the same exact size as the move that happened over here. So see how it lines up? Now you just drag it across. And the main reason it's good to have these moves printed out, or just have your box drawn out, is to kind of have an idea of where price action has been and go off of this to determine whether there's going to be a resistance support area. So you can tell that your support area will be drawn out right here. Here's my horizontal line. So draw it out right here. My support, my resistance area up here. Now I like to do in between zones whenever I'm doing this as well, just so I can see where price action could have some trouble moving through. But what I actually do is I'll put it right where the body ends rather than the candle wicks. And what I do to differentiate them, since I know this isn't as strong as, oh my bad, let me just go right here. I'll switch this down. Now what this right here lets me do is, let's say if I was in for a buy here, what I can see now is how much more room do I have for my TP to be extended through. For example, let me lock this box real quick, that way I don't mess with it. Let's say we're gonna go for a long position. Let's say we would have gone in for a long position from, let's say right here. Once we had that break instruction, there's no more selling pressure there. Move that down. Just right here, I would have had my my TP set to probably around here or even down here, just for the fact that from previous price action, you can tell that there was a resistance area up here and price struggled to break through. But with having this rectangular box around it, I could actually see if price did want to continue going up, and it would have done a more respectful pattern when it comes to being bullish, I would have been able to drag this out all the way up to here to catch that whole entire move. Now, since price action has played out the way it has played out, what you're going to want to do is kind of ignore this higher resistance area up here, just for the fact that you do have this area right here more established. Right, well, I didn't mean to lock it, but we'll do that. It's more established, right? Because now you can see that price struggled to break through here, price struggled to break through here, price struggled to break through here, price struggled again to break through here. So now we could actually look to do here, let's get rid of this. Now you can actually look to do a short position. Now what I would do short position is this entry area right here would be great, but what I would actually want to see done is, let me lock this, and we're gonna go to my little path tool. Where is the path, right? So price is right here. What I want to see price do is break out, retest, and then ultimately come back down here. Now, like I said, since you do have that rectangular box that we did draw from over here, I'll draw it again. And the reason this is going to be very helpful is that once I extend it over here, as you can tell, let me lock this. All right. So now, as you can tell, yeah, my TP right here is set to a 1 to 5, but I could obviously see that there's way more room for price to move. So I could even drag this further down. Now, I probably won't do that at first, but once I see a strong sell-off, continue to sell off, I'll probably move my TP over and move my TP all the way down here. That way I can collect an extra, right, with a 1 to 5, an extra 2.5% right there. And the only reason I'd be able to do this is because I could vividly see that because of my rectangular box, well, you don't need the rectangular box, but this is just something that it's very easy to see just because it's in your way. You can see that price did move in between these realms before, and price can do the same exact thing again. So this will help you collect another 2.5 to 3%, and bada bing, bada boom, you make more money. Now, let me go on to gold and do the same thing. It usually works with every single pair, but there's times where it just doesn't want to work, just for the fact that every pair moves differently, and it depends on what news events are going on or economical data points that are being released. That can mess with your trading plan as well. So first things first, we're going to mimic all these moves right here. So we're going to draw this little box from the sell-off to the sell-off. Now, this is most likely going to line up perfectly. Yep, lined up perfectly. All right, now we're going to continue. Line up perfectly. Lined up, well, not too perfectly, but you can tell the range that it actually moved in. Now, why this is helpful, I'm just going to repeat that again, is because let's say right around here, you see this similar price action. One, you should automatically identify that this pattern happened exactly to the T like it did here. So when you get in for a sell here, you'd want to go off of the previous sell size. So you're going to see right here, you're like, okay, well, a lot of people will struggle on knowing where to put their TPs, and that's perfectly fine, right? So obviously, we're not going to get the perfect entry up here. If you can if you want to, but I'd rather have the confirmation of break and retest. So I'd most likely get in here. Let's move this down. And I would move it a little higher. We'll take a little bit more of a risk here. And most people will get caught up and be like, hey, you know what? I like this resistance, this support area right here. I'll go off of this. Hey, that's fine, but that's still a 1-to-1. That's not really worth it. Now, if I were to take my position off of the last rectangular box, which was the price action and the sell pressure they had, it's a 1 to 3. And I could do that confidently since price ended up hitting that right here as well. So one thing I always recommend to everybody, for everyone to do, is move your, once you're at least 1% in profit, move that stop loss up. If you're 1% in profit, a good rule of thumb is for every percent that you're in profit, move up a board. So all I mean by move up a board is if you're 1% in profit, just move your stop loss to break even. If you're 2% in profit, move your stop loss to 1% in profit. So on and so forth, all the way up to 4 or 5%, whatever you're going for. So that's basically all I got for you guys today. I am going to do some more breakdowns. I'm going to try to start posting weekly trade breakdown ideas on every Monday for GJ, US30, as well as XAUUSD, which is gold. Hey guys, sorry for interrupting your video, but I just wanted to let you guys know, if you guys check the link in the description, I do have a private little link right there for you guys to have direct access to me through Telegram. It's not a bot, it's not some computerized assistant or anything. It's my personal Telegram link to where you can send me messages on any questions you guys have or other topics you guys want to talk about, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you guys. I'll try to respond to as many as you as possible. If I don't respond at the same time, just give me a couple minutes or an hour and I'll get to you accordingly. Now, also in the link in the description, I do have all the free Telegram, the signals chat. I do have the website where I offer all the services, and I also have a direct link to the free Forex and stock market coursework as well as crypto coursework.